This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, March 19th, Wednesday. Sometimes we forget that today has happened thousands of times before. For example, March 19th, 1863, a Confederate cruiser, the SS Georgiana, was destroyed on her maiden voyage with a cargo of ammunition, medicine, merchandise. Over $1 million was lost. March 19th, 1945, World War II. Knowing the end was near, and to prevent the Allies from benefiting from all of the infrastructure of Germany, Hitler issued what was called the Nero Decree, ordering all German industries, military installations, shops, transportation facilities to be destroyed so that they would not be left in the hands of the Allies. It was on this day, 1954, Willie Mosconi set a world record by running 526 consecutive pool balls without missing a single shot, a record that remains unbroken to this day. It was March 19th, 1962, that the Algerian War of Independence ended. It was on the same day that Bob Dylan released his first album, entitled Bob Dylan. It was on March 19th, 1982, the Falkland War was precipitated and began. It was on this day in 1987 that televangelist Jim Bakker resigned as head of the PTL Club in the midst of a sex scandal. It was on this day, March 19th, 2011, in the midst of a Libyan civil war, that Muammar Gaddafi, his forces tried to take Benghazi. An operation to intervene occurred. It was on this day, March 19th, 2013, that a series of bombings and shootings killed at least 98 people. 240 others were injured in Iraq. It was on this day, 2016, an explosion occurred in Istanbul. The news passed around the world of the work of terrorists. Well, those are things that happened on this day in the past. But today, March 19th, there are things happening. Today, Tesla's chief executive, Elon Musk, made an outreach to the United States government that they would retrofit and make donations for the creation of respirator masks. In addition, Tesla agreed to reduce the number of workers in his California factory, the only factory producing Teslas that employs over 10,000 workers. Tesla is not the only company in the process of retrofitting. General Motors and Ford Motor Company, along with companies that supply Apple, are refitting their production lines to make masks and other items that are needed in this overwhelming spread of the virus. An Italian company is using 3D printers to produce respirator valves. They're giving them free of charge to the hospitals. In California, a unique problem, but it's going to spread across the country. And it is, what do you do with those sterilized cleaning wipes? They're flying off the store shelves. Unfortunately, there's an unintended consequence. In California, workers at sanitation and sewerage buildings are telling us that these wipes are being used at such a massive number that they are clogging up the pipes, causing blockage and overflow in the pumping stations. What can you do? Simply throw them in the garbage rather than in the toilet. In the meantime, spring breakers are still partying in Florida's beaches. South Beach, despite the mayor declaring it was canceled, are still partying in large numbers, not realizing that the studies now show that this millennial group are likely carriers and are asymptomatic and can easily infect others. Newark, New Jersey, people are to be off the streets of Newark by 8 p.m. That will be in effect through April 1st. An unnamed woman, 103 years old, in Iran, has been discharged from the hospital after making a complete recovery from the virus. Today, March 19th, what can you and I do? Well, one thing we can do is be appreciative, especially every day as you find yourself in a supermarket buying food. And I've noticed that there is a resupplying, not quite back to normal today, but very different than the totally empty shelves over the last several days. It's those supermarket workers who are unsung heroes. Thank them for their willingness to work, to be exposed. When you get your car filled up with gas, thank the gas operator. When that window goes down and you pay him, you are only inches away from each other. In the meantime, worry, anxiety fills the air. Jesus reminds us, do not worry. Be courageous. Especially today, March 19th, 2020. This is Ken Smith reminding you, it happened today.